Yeah, let's get straight into it. So, this video we're looking at dailyscape overhaul, which is coming to RS3 3. They publicized it here on the Reddit. Just gonna go straight into the main things, as I'm seeing a lot of opinions posted by people in here, and people just really don't understand the impact of dailies and how they ruin the game. So, let's go straight to the removed as the main thing. So, Winter Splash events, these were just terrible, just awful. They needed to be removed. I don't think many people are defending these. Just awful, time gated. Wait for these things to pop up and then rush out there. Motherload mine, again, kind of whatever. People wanted traveling merchant. This is it's another of just the same. These are the worst. Divine locations being gone. Sinkholes, awful. The medieval tree was it's kind of okay. It's just another bad one. This is probably the biggest offender in here. It's actually something required by every single person that played the game. There's not really any way to get around it. Iron Man especially had to do this, and it was a way to get these small bonuses, get these small boosts. But you just had to keep doing it over and over and over. It's a chore that you would just do every day. Uh, I think we missed the worst one. Where's Gothic caches? Oh, it's being adjusted. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, as I said, I'd put probably Gothic caches as the worst. Doing that twice a day, and you're not even training the skill. You basically replace the whole skill. Same with sinkholes, but yeah, there's other ones in here as well that we can look at. This needs to be absolutely removed. Wilderness warbands. Don't care what people say about that. Horrible content again. Rushing out there to do the time limited content. Same thing. So main reason for this video is seeing what people posted on here. People were really, if they had their way, the game would just be worse and worse and worse. And simply adding my individual comment to one of these threads or each of these threads just doesn't do anything. So yeah, if anyone agrees, just put some YouTube comments or something in here. Maybe make your voice heard in here as well. I don't think it leads to anything because most of these comments are just horrible. So let's look at let's have a look at this one. And we'll have a look at some of these as well. Yeah, let's put this one and let's put another one. Without going straight into these, most of these are just people whining that OSRS is a successful game, but RS3 is not, obviously. And for some reason, that means that they should not copy anything from OSRS and should just make RS3 continuing down its failed route. So yeah, let's open some of these, and we'll just open some of these, and even this is kind of linked. So we're going to the first one. Here it is bizarre. So someone is defending Viswax and they're saying, "Oh well, it's actually really important that you have this thing. If the daily is important in any way that is supporting the base game, it's just awful design for anyone that's played this game. But yeah, after you've done Viswax for the 700th time because you've been playing for 2 years, uh, there's nothing to it. It's just awful. You're doing a chore in a game. You're doing a chore in an MMO, which it already takes hundreds of hours to get anywhere in the game, let alone adding extra chores. Like if you have the dailyscape list, there's reasonably like 10 that you would be doing every single day, and you could easily do more than that. So, there's people in here disagreeing for the most part that Viswax is, important. So for that reason, we need a replacement daily, or we need a replacement thing when we don't really. A quick teleport should just be in the game, and we don't need something to repeat over and over again with this same way. Like people are saying polls, like what's there to poll? It's a daily. There's nothing to poll. We don't want no one should want daily, especially if you're 5.8 bill max quest master quest cape and that. So what are you doing? Why would you need the dailies? Yeah, same thing again. These people complain that things are happening too fast now when the game's been basically abandoned. It's been getting updates, but it's updates that are irrelevant to pretty much anything. They released a new boss recently, but outside of that, the game's been floating along just dead, being a MTX not even cash cow, more like a cash zombie cow maybe. A dead horse basically is what they were beating to get the rest of the money out of it before they decided to save it. Yeah, another one. Here we go. So straight, you can just see the title. Pandering to OSRS players. It's like, what if you look at OSRS and how you see every single boss they put out, every single new addition to their skills, it's just ported over from the successful things that RS3 has. But when RS3 is going to take anything from OSRS, when OSRS is obviously is the better model, people freak out and you get posts like this. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with trying to get returning players from OSRS, like saying new players, but there's nothing wrong with trying to get OSRS players in as well, because a lot of people who play OSRS just came from RS3, and the only reason they stopped was because of EOC. If the combat wasn't so laggy with the tick system, with two tick system being just horrid, uh, a lot of them would play as a side thing, or maybe even some of them would go equal. Most of them would probably stick it for long term to OSRS, but you'd have a portion that would play both, which is all that really matters. Especially if they're playing two subs or they got ults and so on. It's the same thing. Like I don't know if we want to go into individual, but it's just you know here's an example of exactly what I was just saying. So we just found this randomly. The guy is looking at it and he's an OSRS player that might he'll give it a shot. What do we got here? Another one. We don't need polling for this stuff. We don't need polling. We don't need polling for the new combat. We don't need polling for for the dailies. We don't need. It needs to actually be ham-fisted. It needs to be pretty blunt and just hard at it because the game is on death's door. Like listening to any of these people that are still in the hole. These people have been playing for years through everything. There's no reason to listen to these people. They have no idea. They're happy with how it is. They're happy with the MTX. They're happy with the dailies. There's nothing to follow through for these people. Oh, what else we got? Yeah. Oh, wall of text for vague. Okay. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know which one. It's too much text. We're skipping it again. Yeah, another one that we're seeing here. This is pretty common now, popping up, is that people are uh, complaining that Jagex is looking into ways to make active skilling, to not just have this game as a side thing while you watch a TV show. Like there hasn't been, the biggest problem this game's had for ages, apart from dailies, where you're actually just not playing the game ever. You're not playing the game during dailies. You're not playing the game when you're leveling through MTX. You're not playing the game through the time-gated content. You're not playing the game when you're AFK, literally watching a TV show while you do something else. And they're actually trying to make the game a game. People complaining about that, which is just insane. Don't want to go too much over this. I think hit pretty long here. We're getting towards 9 minute, 10 minute mark. Don't think there's much else to look at. We can look at one more thing here at the top. They're changing a little bit. So doing the daily caps, getting rid of those, and just making them a repeatable thing is really good. It's probably the best. They're doing weekly caps. Like I'm seeing this a lot. Like instead of dailyscape, it's turning into weeklyscape. In that they're doing it for the shops, they're doing it for Soul Reaper. There's a few others in here where they're just changing it to a weekly, and it ends up there. Really, you're still kind of doing the daily, but without the restriction of having to log in every single day, which is good. It's better. Realistically, if they still want to keep this system, it should be changed to a monthly, or even longer than that. Make it like a 6 monthly, and just do like a, do like even a, I don't know, like but by not season as in like a fortnight sort of battle pass way, but do it by change of real seasons. If you want to do it like that, you could have 4 or something, and that way you'd have months to complete this garbage. Because the core aspect should actually just be playing the game. You should just want to log in and do the skills you want to do, do the quests, earn GP, whatever you want to do. But it should be just playing the main game if it's killing bosses or whatever, not just this garbage which you have to go through. Like a lot of people, myself included, when I was still peak active, I would go through all of these, every single one. I'd be doing all these awful dailies, and you really had no choice if you wanted to keep. It's the fastest GP in the game if you look at it. In terms of some shops, if you like the time invested compared to how much you've done, it's faster than every single boss in the game. For skills, like the Guthix caches were they just replace the skill. Like this just replaces the skill. I got 99 out of just doing this over and over. Went past it for that. Same with dungeoneering. Like people want to say, oh, but you could just do dungeoneering if you like dungeoneering. It's like no, no, you can't. You just do sinkholes. If you're gonna do it, you would do sinkholes, and it replaced the whole skill. You'd just do the sinkhole, and then you'd do something else maybe, and you'd probably reset the sinkhole as well if you have the tickets. Just horrible. There's other things in here which are smaller things here, like what are they called, like shooting stars, and like some of these are real old. Like when shooting star from like 2010 or something, or even earlier. They're so old. But yeah, they should just pretty much keep it wrap up. Just delete them all. Delete them all. Don't put anything. And when something pops up, then we should get it back. Like obviously the fast tellies from Viswax and that. They should just be in the game. It shouldn't be hard to do. You could just make rune costs increase or make a new spell, whatever. But all of these should just be cut out with no compromise. Just get rid of literally everything. Replace them with nothing. Don't put a weekly cap. Just completely nuke them out. Like these are still gonna be at the end of it. You're still doing these if you have a weekly cap. Like you're still doing shop stock, and this is like shop stock you can't really get around because shops need to be in the game. But the rest, just get rid of all of them. And for the people on here that are saying, we need to poll this, and what about Viswax? We still need the daily because it was such a core to Iron Man. It's like just you have no idea what's going on. Honestly, you shouldn't be listened to at all. Anyway, yeah, leave a comment if you feel the same way. If maybe you feel stronger, weaker, whatever. And if you do agree, definitely put a couple comments on here. Like I'm not bothering to because it's just not going to get seen anymore. That's why I'm making this video. Yeah. Anyway, peace.